Good morning, everybody. I was not going to come on because I thought Greg had to get his car to the repair shop, but I guess that's later today. So I'm just going to grab one of my bits and bobs things. Here we go. And do some artist trading cards real quick. I just cut three bases out of a piece of cardboard that used to come between the cat food when I buy like a box of the Fancy Feast. So these are 2.5 by 3.5 inch pieces of card. And then we're just going to pull the stuff out of here. Actually, look, I've pulled two, blue and yellow, and they kind of go together. So let's just see what we've got in the yellow. Pull out some random bits and go from there. I kind of like this. It's got a little bit of stuff on it. That flower is pretty, but it's really too big for the thing. Hi, Kathy D. Hi, Pam. So yeah, I had a change of plans. I said I wasn't coming on, and then I said, yes, I can come on. So here I am. That's kind of cute. Got a little bit of washi tape. There's some sunflowers on some book page. They're glued together. And it's kind of interesting. Let's see. Just going through this stuff real quick. Those ducks are hilarious. That's kind of cute. That little bird is cute. He's really too big for an artist trading card. I haven't been through my bits and bobs stuff in a while, so this will be interesting. I'm going to put things back in here that I like. This says on the back side of this with a napkin, it says Rising Sun. It's a string of stamps. I'm just grabbing the things that kind of speak to me. Oh, I didn't get these. I think either tonight or tomorrow, I need to go over to my brother-in-law's and find out exactly what I have to give which cat while they're on their cruise. Oh, I kind of like that paper because I have to take care of their cats while they're away. And one of them has to have medicine. Hi, Janet. Janet, I got your postcard. I hope you got mine. And I checked on the canvases, and it showed that the one I sent to Mina had arrived, and Mina should have it. Let me tell you, the other ones were Beth, and it said that Beth arrived in her town. I know Beth's arrived. Yes, Beth, yours arrived in your town at your facility on the 23rd. And then on the 27th, it said in transit to next facility, arriving late. So I don't know what happened to that one. And then the one I sent to Christy Rhodes arrived in her town on 4/23. But again, on 4/27, it says in transit to next facility, arriving late. And then the last one was to Marty, and it arrived in her town 4/23. And again, it says it's arriving late. It's in transit on the 27th. So I have no idea what happened to y'all's canvases. So 1 out of 3 has made it to its destination, which to me, that's a pretty big disappointment. cute. Little teeny flower. Some of these came off some really old greeting cards. And they had like a small image of what was on the front of the card. And that's perfect to put on their ATC. There's a little yellow flower and a bee. I should have sorted through this stuff and had everything ready to go. I think she's too tall for an artist trading card. No, she might fit. I can't remember what time Greg's supposed to drop his car off. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of miles he has on that car. But the air conditioning's not working and it's freaking him out because summer's coming and he has to have air. So he's trying to get it fixed before it gets 100 degrees out. I have to agree it's too hot here to not have air conditioning. That's kind of cool and textured. And I wanted to go, I love these butterflies. I need to do a big journal page using the butterflies. I had even thought they'd make great wings for a lady cut out of a magazine. So I think we've got enough yellows to choose from. I'm going to slide the rest of these back in here. And then I've got just a, actually it says indigo. So it's the darker blues, which will be perfect here. That one's being held in magnetic-y things. These are stickers. I'm just going to spread the yellow out a bit and put some purples and things with them. I've got some little guys here. I didn't mean to keep the tickets. I'm not going to use the tickets. That extreme glue doesn't have much left in it, and I have misplaced all of my palette knives. I don't know what I did with them. And again, I probably won't use all of this, but if you have it out and it's available, it could be used. Okay. I kind of like this blue flower. That fairy is gorgeous. Good morning, Safia. Some of this stuff is too big. I have this picture in a vintage frame hanging in our bathroom of that, like that fairy. I don't think I want to put an alligator or anything. That rooster's kind of cool looking, though. I can always cut out more ATCs, right? Uh-oh. That's interesting. Don't ask me my thought process. I just go by, this looks good. This looks good. That looks good. Uh-oh. You had to walk to the GP. It's pretty hot. I was watching northern mudlarks, and they almost got caught by the tides coming in. But they found some interesting things. It was fun to watch this morning. I kind of like those circles on there. I'm going to set that up there. And I love the texture of that. That's cool looking. cool background. Upper 80s for you. I don't know what our forecast is for today. I haven't even looked. I need to make myself some more shorts or something because I went to get dressed and I don't have very many pairs of shorts. So I got a dress on for today, which is okay. I like to wear dresses. I love that stuff that's for sheetrock work that's got the holes in it instead of the just plain tape. It's like this. I love this stuff because it just looks cool. It's really too blue. And it's got a little bit of stickum on the back of it already. I think Lisa Conley made those for me. Oh, and we've got some butterflies. Cool. So again, I might not use all of this stuff I kept out. Those are those old tiny stickers. All right. Let's see what we've got. A little bit of tissue. A little teeny thing. All right, let's see what we can do. We'll get a blank. And let's go ahead and just paper the back of these. Let's just put some paper down and cut it away. That'll get us started. So we'll put that as a background on one. And then I'd like to use this envelope with the butterfly portion on it. I just got to get that butterfly in a neat, spot where it makes sense. Well, I will just glue it on and we'll work with it. Maybe off to one side or the other. And then the only other piece that I have that's big enough to cover it is this that's got texture. Maybe I should grab another piece. Let's grab this book page here. That's got the what sits on it. Here we go. Hi, Janet Nash. I don't think there's enough glue stick left here to do much with, but we'll see. If I could find a palette knife, I would dig this out and use it up. We all love the extreme glue, don't we? I didn't get that very straight, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to set that right there to dry up a little bit. So I'm very disappointed that 3 out of the 4 canvases I mailed got to the destination cities, but not to the people they were meant for. So I hope they turn up this week, or I'll have to reevaluate if I do any more of those canvases. I really love to do those. It's very disappointing when things don't make it to where they are supposed to. But we got the floor done as far as getting the wood, down. And that's half the battle. Now, if I can just keep Tippy from digging the brand new hardwood floor that's not been finished yet. When we do the front room, the great big room, it's actually 2 rooms in one because we took the bookshelves that divided it out. When we do that room, that flooring, as we put it down, we're done because it's already got the finish on it. But this that's in the hallway, we still have to sand and stain it. Scott wants to redo the floor inside the little closet that's at the end of the hallway. Because before we bought the house, the shower pan in the master bathroom had failed, and it affected the floor in that closet. So Scott wants to fix that before we do the finishing on the floor. And I've got to move all of his books out of the hallway. So I've got to find somewhere to put that bookshelf. But when we do the front room, we're going to put the door into the dining room back up, and then we're going to get a door for the front entry so we can close that whole front side of the house off, and we can work on that room and not have to worry about the cats getting under the house at all. Because I think when we go to pull the rest of the old floor up, we're going to find more subfloor problems that we have to fix ourselves. So there's that. Ooh, I know everybody loves gluing and doing that, but glue on my fingers, I don't know. It really gets up next to me. I don't like it at all. Yeah, I hope they get it. I'm glad that the one got to Mina. Okay. At least it shows that it was delivered. But Marty, Beth, and Christy are supposed to have gotten their canvases that I had promised them like 2 years ago when I did that list. Was it 2 years ago already? I have been plugging away. I only have 10 names left on the list to make canvases for, but if they don't get delivered, that's so disappointing. Not only did I put all that work in it, but y'all are expecting them to arrive and then they don't. That's disappointing too. Once I use something, no, I might want to use some more. I was going to say I'm going to slide it back in there, but I better not. Scott busted his knuckle pretty good. He's been putting triple antibiotic on it. I mean, he really split it bad. And then I was putting, on the hardwood floors, one has like a tongue and the other one has a groove, and you have to kind of tap them in place and then nail it. Well, I was holding something, I was tapping, and I hit it extra hard, and it hit the nail and shoved this nail. You can see there's a little bit of right there, but it felt like it shoved my nail way down into the quick. Oh my God, I thought I was going to pass out. I did that in 7th grade, middle school, or junior high, whatever it's called. I took metal shop, and the only thing that the metal shop teacher would let the girls make was ashtrays and rings. So I was pounding an ashtray out over a form, and I smashed my thumb, and I went over to my best friend, Amy, and I passed out on her. But I wanted to do the cool stuff like the boys got to do. They got to melt metal and make sand molds and do all that kind of stuff. But the girls, we weren't allowed to do that. Sexist as all get out back in the 70s. Men just don't understand how much better their lives would be if they trust that women, can do stuff. I should not get off on a tirade, though. We're not all delicate little flowers that have to be worried about. Oh, that looks pretty on there. We'll start laying some of this stuff on here. I love that. Yeah, thanks. That's really too off. That really goes good with that. Let's see here. Let's see. Kind of like that with that. Got horrible indigestion this morning. Don't know what's up with that. Maybe this. I'm just trying things out right now. I have to put all this stuff away when I get done. Might just cover the butterfly up. I don't know. Actually, all right. We're going to go with what we got here and just work it one at a time here. I got what I want to use on each one. I want to use some of this tape on here. And I didn't plug my cord in. Doggone it. Hang on, let me get my cord plugged in because I know we'll lose connection. Hang on. It might hiccup real quick. Scott threw me off. He plugged the printer back in a different slot than he normally does. And yeah, I was like, why can't I plug in there? And it was like, it's the wrong kind of connection. All right, give it a second. It may hiccup on us. We'll see. All right. And I know the writing's going to be sideways, but it doesn't matter, does it? We'll just put a little bit of this on here to help it stick. It is washi tape. May contain cat hair, apparently. So I haven't done any artist trading card swaps in a while, but I think I'm just going to plug these in to an envelope and mail them out. Uh-oh. All right. What's that? Uh-oh. I got something stuck on the scissors. I'm just trimming the tape off a little bit. We'll just stick that on there. Voila. All right. I do love this kind of quirky little bit. And it actually fits like across here. Put that rooster on there. And then maybe the flower could hold the two together. Let me get some, I was going to say wetter glue, but you guys know what I mean. I don't know if this is going to work. I lost the pressure in my little baby bot, and now it doesn't want to push the glue out. Yep, cat hair is just an added texture in a house that has cats. Let's see if I can squeeze this and get it to come up here. Shake it over, maybe that'll help. It's maybe plugged up too. Let me see what else I've got. I have Yes Paste thanks to Janice, but I don't know what I did with my palette knives. I will have to get some more. See if I can get the tacky glue down. My big bot, it doesn't work at all anymore. I don't know. Shake this down. I could use my hot glue gun. It just gets so hot, I feel like it would melt my fingers off. Years ago when Journal Artista was streaming for Femra. Hers was dog hair. Oh, I'm back. Lost connection. Well, it might have booted you when I plugged my router in directly. That's one of my hairs. It's too long to be a cat. This is why I hate buying the big bottles of glue. I haven't used those bot bottles in a while, and so I think their tips are all plugged up. Because it was months that, all my stuff was in the back room. I'm just going to go ahead and spread some tacky on here too. That's way too much, but now that I've got it going, it just wants to go and go and go. Let's see. I will probably have to wipe some off. There's that. Woo! Oh, you know what I don't have is sayings to stick on here. We'll do the sayings in a minute. This was kind of feels like a packing tape transfer, and I put it on white paper, so hopefully that rooster won't separate from the white paper now. that right there maybe. And then I can put a little saying up there. Put a little dab of glue. A little dab of glue. I have more canvases ready to decorate, but I am so disappointed in that they are getting lost. So we'll set that aside to dry. We'll pull this one over here. So the first thing I want to do, let's go ahead and cut this to length. I'm going to put this on here. By the way, Becky, saw physio about one. Oh, well, I hope that'll help. I went to a hand doctor up in Greenville when we were up there, and he said as long as I could alleviate pain or anything, he didn't see any reason to do surgery. He didn't think my what do they call it, carpal tunnel was bad enough to require surgery. So as long as I don't overdo it, I'm fine. But if I go on a crochet, you know, a big old roll on my crochet, then I do myself in. That's never good. I should send one of these to Esther because she sends me ATCs all the time. One of these will go to Esther. And Janet Nash sends me ATCs and things all the time too. Let's see. I want to leave this kind of interesting looking. So can I put just glue on? I'm just going to do these 3 ATCs and then sign off. I had to leave Mary's last night because we were so tired. And then I saw this morning that she was on for 5 hours. So sorry, Mary, I couldn't stay for it all, but I stayed as long as my sleepy body and eyeballs could. I don't know how Scott went to work this morning. We really overdid this weekend, but it's all good. Oh, and Marion over at Marion's World, she's gotten back in her garden and she's been, I can't remember what she said she's pulling out, but it's something that, you know, if you don't be mindful of it, it'll take over your garden. Good morning, Deb. So I was watching her. She's over in UK too. And I'm so proud of her for getting out in her garden again. She lost her husband about 4 years ago. And this is her first time back out in her garden, feeling like she's got joy to do it again. So I'm very proud of her. I don't know what I'd do if I lost Scott. Cry a lot, I guess. I want this to have a more rough edge. So I'm going to pull some of this off. And we'll put the fairy on here. Oh, let's trim her down. Well, she's got a fairy circle. It's a lady standing in a fairy circle. You see all the little fairies at the bottom? And the edges of that need to be inked up. Let me grab some ink real quick. I don't think antique linen will show very good. I'll just get some. Marion's World is her channel. She's like a K3N. She's a stitcher as well. And oh my gosh, you guys, she made this most beautiful coat. And then she did all this embroidery on it, a floral embroidery, and it was beautiful. And she showed how to make the rugs that Ruth makes. Ruth Lamb hook. What's that hook rug? But it's called something else. Oh, what's that called? Oh, I can't remember. But she did a whole rug to go on her stairs, and it was all flowers. And that her channel is awesome. I love watching Marion's World. And she when the red dress was touring England, she went and saw it, and she spoke about it. And the it's not latch hook, but it's the where you push in, pull out. It's not latch hook. It's oh, it's not latch hook. It's pudgy? No. Pogey. Kate at Last Homely House did it too. But there's a different name for it. It's kind of like punch needle, but Oh, Ruth, where are you when I need you? Yeah, it's not punch needle. They call it something else. Wish my brain would like go ahead and start up anytime now. Come on, say the name. Say it. Can I trim her a little shorter? Hi, Maria. Good morning. Yes, isn't Marion awesome? I just love her. I love watching her channel. And she made some kind of special cake or something at Christmas time that looked really interesting. I'm not remembering things very good this morning. Prody. Yes, Prody. Yeah, something like that. It's done with wools, if I remember right. Yes, you can use all kinds of stuff. Prody, yeah. But what Marion did, you guys have got it. You just have to go search her channel for the she did it for the rug that goes down the middle of steps as you come down. And it was all these colorful, gorgeous flowers. And if I had stairs, I'd be so tempted. But with Scott's bad legs and my problems with my back, there's no way I'd have a house with stairs. There would be no way, because between the two of us, we're a train wreck when it comes to doing anything like stairs. We'd probably be stronger if we did stairs, but yeah. His knees, my back, not a good combination for a house with stairs. All right, I'm going to put my fairy on here, and we'll set this one aside to dry. And I might get my handy dandy piece of wood that Scott gave me to weight this fairy down, because she's right dimensional. Let's see. All right. This is when he turned his saw top. He needed a place to install the router. So that's what this square is from. All right. I'm going to move that over a little bit so that I can have this in front of me. So I need a strip of this. I don't want the stitch line. And so if you don't want the white bit is created where you pulling away. So if you want that, you would do it in the opposite direction. You'd pull this piece down, but I don't want the white bit on here, so I'm pulling it down. But I'll save this other piece for a different project, maybe. Ink it or no ink it? If I'm going to ink it, I need to ink the card too. Hessian, I think that's what she used. We call it burlap. Here in the States. So it looks like some of the Joann stores will be completely closed by May 1st, and then the remaining stores will be closed by the end of May. So nearly gone now. Oh, and the autofocus is still on, going in and out, driving you guys crazy probably. I wish I could remember what time Greg has to have his car over there. See, I have to go and bring him back, basically, because he's going to have to leave the car. Planes have started to take off, so you may hear them in the background. So we're planning to go to Tennessee. Not next. Is it next week? Yeah, next week. So we'll be up in Tennessee for a couple days. We haven't decided exactly when, but Scott has an appointment with a dermatologist next week. The guy wanted him to start coming, like on a regular basis, but that hasn't worked out. So now he wants to have some things looked at, He doesn't think it's anything to worry about, but he wants to, have it checked into. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I put a piece of brown paper down, and it's getting all prettied up. I think I'm gonna. There's some sticky there, right there. This down here. Oh, there goes my neighbor. Haven't heard their little boy screaming. He didn't want to go to school yet. Sometimes he gets away from them and he runs and he gets on his trampoline and just starts jumping. And jumping and jumping and jumping. And then they're trying to get him in one of the cars, the car or the truck, and try to get out the door. And he's like, no. I'm going to cover the butterfly up after I went to all that trying to make sure it's on there. And I think I want to use the other glue. Let me let Howard out before he digs the door apart. You guys want to go out? Oh, it's not Howard, it's Callie. I'll prop it and you guys can go in and out for a while. It's cool enough. Let's see, I need a scrap piece of paper because I'm tired of getting glue everywhere. I can use my receipt from Mina's package. That's what I'll do because I don't need to hold on to that one anymore because it was delivered. I'll check on the delivery status again here in a little bit. Oops. I'm afraid to use this wet one to push down because I don't know if that ink is water soluble or if it'll start moving all over the place. Push it down with a regular tissue. The bad part about the Holy stuff, this tape for the sheetrock work stuff, is the glue comes out of all them holes. So now I've got this lady here. I think I'd like to glue her down. Maybe put this little flower on here. Is she a sticker? I guess not. Wouldn't it be nice if she was? I think it would be, but I don't think she is. Yeah, I love to put the brown paper down because then I chop it up and turn it into greeting cards. I'm going to be so sad when this tube of this extreme glue is gone because it's so hard to find them anymore. Then we got to find some quotes or sayings or words or something to put on here. This might work with this glue. It's just so lovely sticky. Okay. Let's get our stickers out and see what we got. Gathered some scraps? Oh, okay. So I might have to send Janet Baum an ATC. I'll send one to Esther because she's always sending them to me. Oh, you know what? This is pretty full already. If I put my saying on, I forgot the butterflies. Oh, and I've got this other ATC hiding out over here. Uh-oh. Don't glue there. Let's see. So I got these three. Wish I'd inked this piece. It's too late now. I think it by the time I put a quote on it, this one needs something else, a border or something. I'm thinking, should I put a butterfly on there? Does it need a butterfly? I think it's okay. Let me grab the bag I have under here that's got words and quotes. Let's see if we can find some words and quotes now for these three artist trading cards. This one's just so dark. Maybe I need to lighten it up with some additional white marks or something. Let me see. Oh. I do with that white pen? Let's see. Well, this gel pen's not wanting to write on here. Hang on. I am enjoying having all my stuff out here where I can get to it again. Yesterday we were working on the floor and I heard what sounded like a semi truck, stopping, where they go, shh. I heard that outside. So I went in the front room and it was across the street. It was the county fire department and an ambulance and everything. So something happened with my neighbor across the street. If I catch him out, I'll ask if everybody's okay because they took a gentleman off in the ambulance. So let's just put some dots so it looks like the fairy dust is around. That lightens it up a little bit. There, that's better. All right, now we need some sayings. Let's see. We are at 8:16. I need to hurry up. We'll just use something off here. Will this be your beautiful self? Fit up here? I like it. I want something to go on this blue spot. Let's put the Be Your Beautiful Self on here. Good morning, Brenda. I'm about to wrap up. I came on a little later than usual, so I'm trying to hurry. Whoops. So there's that one. Debating whether it needs some more something or not, but when the glue dries, I could always just go around the saying with the black. Now we want something kind of short that'll fit right there. This says live your life. Will that fit? That's close enough. We'll make it work. You love the rooster combination. These, I just pulled stuff out of two of my Bits and Bob's pockets of where I just chunk things that are on my on my desk. They get chunked in one of them pockets. And then I make cards or ATCs or something. So I'll mail these out in Happy Mail. And they'll be inside handmade cards. So hopefully those won't get taken. And see, I was just thinking about starting to get back to doing mail art and decorating the envelopes like I used to all the time. But if I can't get canvases through to people, and I've just started doing that again. And see, I've got all these backgrounds ready to be made into more canvases to mail out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. And then I have this one is ready. This one's going out in the mail. This is the 7th one. So I would have my list about done if I do these. I have just 10 people left on the list. So I was going to work on those. It's my blue period. Yeah, there is a lot of blue in there, but you know what? Why I ended up with that? Because I kept squeezing out too much blue paint. So I just grab another canvas and yeah. And again, here's blue down here. Oh, I love the Hello, My Darling to go with the fairy girl here. Maybe that's what the fairies are saying to this lady. Hello, my darling. Jess says that on Roots and Refuge. She'll say, hello, my little darlings, when she starts her video. She and her husband, Maya, just had their anniversary. And that's why Scott and I are planning a trip to Tennessee next week. Is our 40th is on the 11th of May. So yay us. There you go. There's the ATCs. There's the rooster one. It says, be your beautiful self. And this one says, live your life. And this one says, hello, my darling. So I will get these in the mail. So there'll be a little surprise in there. I might put a little bead or something in the center of this flower, but I got to dig it out. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see some of you over at Janet Nash's in about 30 minutes. All right. Thank you for being here. Bye.